what's up guys, welcome back to a new video. Today's video is a different type of video. I'm gonna show you how to set up Streamlabs OBS on your own PC. Okay, you don't have to worry about all of this nor the screen right now. I'm gonna show you how to set all of this up. This is just for reference, so I won't have to go back again and do it. Okay, first off, you would like to do an overlay. All right, the first thing I will recommend you right now is to always do your overlays first. Reason being is later you may find it difficult to affect how it looks for the overlay. So how do you find an overlay? Pretty simple. You can either pay somebody to make you an overlay. You can make your own overlay if you have any ability with photoshopping. I'll put maybe at the end my own overlay. But Streamlabs actually offers free overlays for people. So if you're a newcomer, this is what you would do. You would click the themes on the top left, and here's the overlays. Now, don't worry, you won't have to pay for any of this, but normally you would have this, the regular ones. It will show you, and most of them, just a quick warning, they have a little star at the bottom. That means that they're prime, so that means that you will have to pay for Streamlabs. But if you're just using the free version, you can just go in here and type free, and you get all these different cool looking setups, and they have plenty of them. They have 15 pages. Just go in there, find the one you like. I already have one that I like, and it's the one that I've been using for a while now. If you would like to use it, it's called Glitch. Remember, we're not looking for anyone that has a star. It's this one. It's a stream package, and you can click details. Now, what comes with the overlays that they give you? Pretty simple. They give you the name. You just type your name there, stream starring, and there we go. And then it gives you your, here. You can, put your name here. You can put your URL for Facebook, YouTube. Normally, instead of the URL, you want to put in your your username, just so people can find you easier. And you can also put the schedule. You can also remove all of these. These are all movable parts that you can freely move around. So don't worry, you can actually change how all of this looks. It also comes with things like little follows, and these ones for cameras of different sizes. If maybe you don't like this header or bottom overlay, you can use the ones that are right below the camera, which is what I normally use. You also have one that says I'll be back soon, and one for just chatting. Pretty simple, pretty self-explanatory. And like I said, you can just mess around, put different things on. And that's exactly what we have downloaded right now. Okay? If you wanted to download it, pretty simple. You just go and click install scene theme. Once you have it installed, that's when the real fun begins. Okay? So I'm gonna show you how to make the in-game per se. I'm gonna show you how to make the in-game screen, and then once you see how I make it, then you should be able to play around with the other scenes. So let's go to in-game, and I'll be right back because I need to set up the audio so you can hear me in there. All right. Okay, so now we're here, right? How to add the audio again and the display, just so you guys can hear me and see what I do. First of all, we're gonna grab and Display capture is what I use for my streams because I want to show what I'm watching on my screen. So if you, this is what you would use for your game or maybe the screen that you're using. I'm going to show you how to set it up and the different variations of this. For this, we have 4 types of variations that you can use. All right, display capture, very simple. You're just capturing whatever is on your screen. And you know, if you open a browser, if you go into Task Manager, if you switch games, if you open Spotify, all of that will be shown on screen. Game capture is a little tricky because, like it says, built in with most modern computer games. That means that this will capture and will only capture a specific game and will not show your desktop at all. All right. But it only works with games, and even then it only works with some games. So I normally do not recommend this one. What I do recommend more is window capture. This is what you would use to capture a specific window, whether it be Spotify, you know, maybe a browser or something like that, like it says. So let's test this one out. So we have window capture, and you know, it automatically captures the window that we're on. So we're gonna switch this to, let's say, Spotify, and we're gonna hit done. And as you can see, it appears inside our screen. If we go out of it, if we put it too far away, it won't appear completely. So let's say you only want to show this. There we go. You just resize it, and there we go. Of course, Spotify is not on full screen right now, so you know it won't show the perfect dimensions. If I was to put it on full screen, then it would fit perfectly. All right. So that's basically how I did this. Just that in my case, so I could record this video, I used the display capture, which shows basically whatever I'm doing, just so you guys won't miss anything. As for video capture device, this is where you would plug in your camera and also capture cards. Capture cards, I'll make a different video about capture cards, how to set them up and whatever they do, just because that could be a video in itself. So we're just gonna worry about video capture device for cameras. So we're just gonna click here. We're gonna rename this as, let's say, webcam. And we're gonna add the source. And here we are. Why is it not showing anything behind? Okay, for storage, you just need to minimize it. Now it's showing everything. But there we go. Okay, once we're here, let me show you something. We're gonna click hide on the webcam and hide, and we're gonna take the display and we're gonna bring it all the way down here. Now, there's a reason for this. Think of a sandwich, all right? Let's think of a sandwich. All of this is what's gonna come in the in-game. Don't worry, don't get scared. All of this is pretty simple to set up. So let me hide all of it. Just gonna go ahead and hide all of this. If you wanna hide anything, you just click the eye, it will hide it. So there we go. Think of a sandwich, all right? Basically, sources work as a sandwich. Whatever's on top is the first thing you see. Whatever's at the very bottom is the thing that you least see. So, you know, if I was to put my webcam, this thing under my display capture, you won't find your webcam, all right? Just because you're prioritizing the display. So your webcam should always be above the display capture. And normally, usually, most likely, your game display capture, window capture will always be at the bottom. So, okay. Now, all of these things that they give you is basically so you can personalize your stream. So we're just gonna see what they gave us. Let's say in my case, I wanna use, where was it? let's say I want to use this one because they give us a lot of them. Actually, let me show you them. I want to show them. There we go, there we go. Alright. The overlay pack came with all of these different things, okay? You don't have to be scared, this is all good. Now, let's say I like the size of the camera just because it's the same size as the camera I'm using right now. So let's click it. Alright, so it's this one. And let's say we do want to use this one. So let's see. It's the 16:9 and the X4 stack one. So let's say, so now what we can do is basically delete everything else. Alright, now we have our camera margin and also our support bar, which is basically where, you know, the new tip, new follow will be coming in. Now, like I said, this is a sandwich and we don't really want the camera to be over here because you can't really see it. So we're just gonna grab the webcam thingy, or the webcam overlay, I guess you could say. We're gonna put it on top of the webcam. Alright, where is it? On top of it, right above it. See, webcams will. And now, as you can see, my webcam is actually surrounded and has a margin. That's literally the only thing you can do. I mean, that's the easiest way you can do it. Now, since this all looks great like it is, like this right below the webcam, you can actually just press Ctrl and select all three and just click the click this, or you can just right click and click group and just click group into a folder. New folder, we're gonna call this webcam. Alright, and you're gonna click submit. See, this cleared a lot of space. This is what I recommend. If you can group anything that you know, whenever you modify it, I recommend you making folders. You did not delete anything. If you click this arrow right here, all of this is gonna appear, but this just make it so you don't get too many sources down there. Alright, and the best part is, if you wanted to adjust anything specific, you can just do that. But let's say you want to move all of this, you would click webcam, the folder, and now hold up. Oh, that's why. Hold up. Never mind. There we go. Okay. Let's say you want to move all this. Just click webcam, the whole folder, and now look, everything's together. The margin of the camera and also the little support bar stack. If you want, let's say, since this one's off, if you want to move a specific part like the support bar, you can just click it directly and just move it. And this also works for resizing. If I resize by clicking the webcam, it resizes everything. If I click by only clicking something, it will only enlarge or minimize that thing. Now that that's done, you've learned how to put in the camera, the microphone. Very simple. You go in here in add a source. You would put audio input right here. In your case, it would be like this. You wouldn't have this. Let's say microphone. And you would say add source. And here you would choose the different type of microphone that you would like to use. Instead of your computers or my computers, I would use the blue snowball that I'm using right now. but and it would appear here. But since we already have it right on the webcam, I normally like to group it with the webcam. We don't really need to keep this one here, so we're just gonna remove it. And as for the display, I already explained how you can capture the display. Now that this all goes with setting the stream starting and all of that. If you ever want to modify anything, you just have to double click it. So let's say display capture, you know, if you want to switch displays, or let's say the alert box was already here, but I'm going to show you how to add it in case you don't have an overlay that has it. You just click the add source and you just click the alert box, and here is where you will find all of the displays and all of that. But in the right side is where you can find things like follower goals, alert boxes, subscription goals, and stuff like that. If you want me to go over how to set these ones up, let me know, but this is just more advanced and it will take too long to explain all of this in one video, alright? But this is where you would set up your alert box. Everything else, you don't really need the you don't really need, especially if you're just starting. The only one that you really need is the alert box, because it's like recognizing that somebody started following you and stuff. Not only that, alert boxes also have sounds, and it will also give you the notification. If you don't have an alert box set up, you won't get a sound notification whenever somebody starts following you. This mini feed is just, you know, the same as an alert box, but it's only like, it's only letters. So let's say Apex followed me, Apex hosted me, and stuff. And if you want to find your chat, you want to read your chat while you're streaming and you have another monitor where Streamlabs is gonna be open, your chat is on the right after this one. Okay, cool. Here's where you would check your internet performance, which would be in my case, I'm only using 10% of my CPU, what's my FPS, and if I was live, this would say 5,000 frames, and if it drops too low, it would say a percentage of the drops frames. Alright, of the frames dropped, my bad. Now that that's said and done, I'm going to show you how to set up the actual and before I continue, let's say, so this right here, all that we did up till now, you could play on this. Like, this is more than enough for you to start streaming. Okay, if you want to get more fancy and add other stuff, that's up to you, but normally, especially newer streamers, this is all you really need. You just need your camera to give you your microphone and the display or the game capture. And since you already have the overlay for the from the pack I showed you, you have a nice margin on your camera, and you also have something that recognizes people that subscribe, follow, tip, or anything else. And you can switch this actually, but that's a little bit more advanced, so we'll not get into that today. As for settings, okay, so as for settings, they're kind of iffy in the way that we don't all have the same computers or the same stuff or the same amount of money or the willingness to, you know, pay for better computer parts. So I'm gonna show you how to effectively make use of your computer so you can stream. First off, encoder. Normally encoder, you want to use what your graphics card is, alright? This can be either a NVIDIA graphics card or an AMD graphics card. In my case, I'm using AMD. The X64 That's your CPU. You do not want to use your CPU for streaming just because that will cause you to lag and drop frames. You want your graphics card to be the one taking all that burden because they're actually meant to do that. Okay. Rescale output, you don't need to worry about this. This was just something I was messing with. And if you don't click it, it won't appear. Preset, this is where you go for settings such as Twitch streaming and other stuff. Normally you can have it on normal. I like having it on Twitch stream. That's fine. This is where the important part comes. Rate control method. You want to always have this on constant bitrate. This will mean that your stream will try to always maintain the same bitrate, which means, if you don't know what bitrate is the upload speed at which your stream is being broadcasted, which means the speed that your gameplay is being uploaded. If you have better internet, the better the quality. But if you, let's say, try to use a bitrate too higher than what you actually use or have as the internet, it will lag a lot. So you may be asking, how do I know what my bitrate is? Pretty simple. All you have to do is go into your browser. Oh, I have it open already. But actually, let me open a new one. You're gonna go into your browser, click speed test, and the first one's fine, by Ookla. Here it will show you, all of this. Now, you're gonna click start. This is ping, this is download, this is upload. We care about upload because that's our upload speed for streaming. So you're just gonna sit back, let it run. It should take about 1 to 2 minutes. Don't worry about it. 5.98 upload speed. Normally, this means it's 5 times 1,000. That's the megabits per second you're allowed, like you could have. However, what I'd recommend is normally toning down that. So let's say I have almost 6. I would recommend you streaming around half to 75% of whatever you have. I do 5,000 bitrate just because I'm the only one who uses my internet. Therefore, I can burden my internet like that, since nobody else is using the upload speed or the connection. But normally you want to use less than this, because if you don't and you have other people in your house, you're gonna start lagging because other devices are also gonna be wanting to use upload speed. Now that that's done and you know your bitrate, you would type that in here, and you want to set up your keyframe interval at 2 and click done. Well, not done yet, but the only other part that we really care about is video. Normally this is pretty good. You just have to make sure this is in bicubic and your frames per second, whatever value you want, is in here. And all of this is basically base canvas resolution is whatever your monitor or whatever you're playing on is, and your output scale is whatever you want to show it as. All right, so the best way to have this at is the same one. If let's say you don't have that much of a good output, you can tone this to 720 resolution. Okay, other than that, you don't really need to worry about anything else. That's how you would set up the Streamlabs. If you deleted anything, don't worry about it. They offer you the all like the overlay setup. So I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna be muted for a second, but it will still show on screen just so you get an idea. Actually, no, it won't show. Let me think. How am I gonna do this? Oh well. So basically, they give you the icons here. As you could see, for a second there, I went to that scene. I added my display capture, and it showed the icons. If I go back, it should show them again. And like I said, they're all individual sources. So if you want to, let's say, show your not your TikTok. I don't think they have TikTok in there. But let's say you want to show your Instagram instead of your Facebook, that's where you would go for the icon, and then you would just have to put it wherever you want. Okay? Mess around with it. You're gonna like it. Don't worry about it. Not that hard. I believe in you guys. If you don't want to see these, maybe your computer is low, maybe you're using too much CPU right here. You know, these may turn red while you're live. If it's green, that means everything's going fine. Turns yellow, maybe some problems. Red means that you're having a lot of trouble. Maybe if you're using a not too powerful CPU, a good way to help your CPU is just clicking performance mode. As you can see, now you cannot see what's happening on your stream, but you can see everything else. Pretty simple, pretty self-explanatory, easy. Alright? And now, last but not least, whenever you want to go live, you would just click go live, and it would appear a similar screen to this. You would just type the title, and you would just type the game, and here would say go live. Alright, that's how you basically would set up easily Streamlabs. Just one more thing before I end off this video is I will make a video on how to make your own overlays. If you guys are interested, let me show you how it would look in my case. If you're interested, I can show you how to make overlays like this one. Let me just do something real quick. I will go to image, new source, add source, browse, we grab my overlay, done, put it here. This overlay is gonna be over everything, so like that. If you're interested, I can show you how to make little overlays like this one, like the one you can see on screen. It's very simple and very easy to do. Other than that, I hope you guys enjoyed the little introduction video. And yeah, I will catch you in the next video. Hope you guys enjoyed. Remember, if you have any questions that you would like answered, like, I don't know, maybe how to connect a capture card or how to set up different alerts, switch, you know, the widgets, like maybe you want an image to appear when somebody follows you or something like that, I can show you all of that. But for now, this is gonna have to do. This is like the most basic one. I can show you guys how to do it. So yeah, this is the overlay I was talking about. Pretty easy to do. I'll make a video on how to make your own overlays like this. But yeah, that's gonna be the end of the video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure to leave any questions you have in the box down below. I'll be sure to answer as many as I can. And also make sure to, you know, give a like if you like the video, if you found it useful. Make sure to give it also a subscribe if you're interested in more guides like this. I'll be uploading layout guides for your overlay guides. And also I make my own emotes. If you've reached affiliate, I'll show you how you can make your own emote. And maybe if I'm up to the mood, I'll even show you how to make a very simple VTuber like the one I have on stream.
Looks like we've come to the end of the road. There's no point in running away now. I'd rather sleep until the storm is gone. She'd rather be shooting at me now. I know it will end up in anger. I don't think we grew up, we just became older. She's aiming her words, ready to fire. I don't think that bullets will bring back desire.